So now the Puerto Ricans are saying, okay, we're going to take out the garbage come November 5th, right? We're going to take out the garbage. So you know what I'm saying? Just that this is ignorance, you know. Anyway, keep it fair and balanced. I'm going to bring up 2 points from Kamala Harris's. Her criminal justice reform. As she served as the California Attorney General, Harris introduced programs aimed at reducing recidivism, including the Back on Track initiative, which provided job training and other support for nonviolent offenders. However, she also faced criticism for policies that appeared tough on crime, including resisting efforts to end the death penalty and keeping low-level offenders in jail to maintain prison labor. Part of those low-level offenders was the weed that she got raked over the coals for as well. When the weed was this big thing, she was like not giving any leverage, any benefits. And then later on, it shows that she smoked weed herself and laughed about it. While yes, she's putting people behind bars for smoking weed. And then the other thing I want to bring up real quick, and then I'm gonna hand it over to y'all: consumer protection. Harris was known for her work protecting homeowners during the foreclosure crisis. She secured a $20 billion settlement for California homeowners by negotiating with big banks over foreclosure abuses, providing relief for many facing financial distress. So, I mean, those are just 2 bullet points. I'm sure there's plus and minuses on both sides, advantages, disadvantages on both sides. But for the sake of starting this discussion on the presidential discussion that we have, I just wanted to bring out some facts that will support our perspective or opinions in this matter that we will add in the description field that our viewers can check out for themselves as we approach this election, day coming up in the next few days. There's my take, my try to be brief take on it, Kel.
No, indeed, Kayode. No, I like that take, brother. Thank you for laying those things out on both sides. And these are things that, again, we've just been discussing behind the scenes. People been discussing in their homes, on the street, in barbershops, in salons, at the water cooler, as they say. You know what I mean? Like, these are all comments that we've talked about, even online, that some people are misconstruing or not getting the full facts and data on who said what, who did this, who didn't do this. And again, we want to create a somewhat fair and balanced as much as we can, because again, you have the choice to vote. Now we have our choices, personal choices, but on this platform, we want to at least present both sides, so that way people can get a better understanding of what both candidates are offering, to our platform and potentially being our president for the next 4 years. So Shelly, I know you had some things that you were discussing before we got on, and also we were talking about the other day. But I know you have some like resources for people to tap into, and just some perspectives on like the people who are voting for Trump or voting for Kamala potentially.
My opinion, because I heard our lovely co-host talk about the black men not voting for. It was interesting the way you posted. If they're voting for Trump, does that mean they're not voting for Kamala? And I'm like, duh, yes. But it's interesting because after you asked that question, I was sitting here thinking like that's a duh, but it's not, because you do have some who are opting out to vote, right? So you're right. If they're not voting for Trump, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're voting for her. It just means that for some, they're opting not to vote at all, thinking that, and I think some people recognize that they vote matters, and that's how they're making their statement that they don't like the way that the government is operating by holding the vote. It's very similar to holding the dollar, right?